stop, because the next 40 seconds will show you why aviators across the world swear by. Breitling, why pilots trust it at 30,000 feet, why jet teams wear it in formation, and why this brand is more than a watch. It's an aviation legacy on your wrist. Before the world knew Breitling as a luxury status symbol, pilots knew it as something far more important, a lifeline. Long before digital flight instruments existed, aviators needed a tool they could trust, something tough, something precise, something that didn't fail when everything else did. And that's exactly why Breitling entered the cockpit and never left. Picture the early years of aviation, a time when daring pilots pushed fragile aircraft into the unknown. Every flight was a risk. Every second mattered. And among the roar of engines and the scent of fuel, there was one name pilots kept on their wrist: Breitling. Not for fashion, not for style, for survival. The story begins with Gaston Breitling, the man who created the first independent chronograph pushpiece, an invention that changed the entire aviation world. Before that, pilots had no easy way to time maneuvers or measure crucial moments in flight. But with one click, Breitling gave them control. Then came the legendary Navitimer, not just a watch, an actual flight computer. The circular slide rule bezel wasn't made to look complicated. It was complicated, and pilots loved it. Fuel consumption, check. Climb and descent rates, check. Average speeds, ground distances, unit conversions, all possible on your wrist. Breitling didn't just enter aviation, they engineered it. But that's only one piece of the story. Breitling became the official supplier to global aviation teams. From commercial cockpits to military squadrons to elite aerobatic units, pilots across the world all pointed to one thing: reliability. And it wasn't just about precision. It was about durability. High-altitude pressure shifts, freezing temperatures, vibrations that shake aircraft frames, zero problem. A Breitling is built like a cockpit instrument, tested, hardened, and engineered to perform in environments where mistakes are unforgiving. Most luxury watches are designed for elegance. Breitling is designed for purpose first, luxury second. That's why aviators love it, because it's not pretending to be a tool. It is a tool. Even today, when planes fly with digital precision and cockpit, instruments are more advanced than ever. Pilots still choose Breitling, and not because they need it, but because of what it represents. Heritage, courage, mastery, and the spirit of flight. You'll notice something every time a pilot wears a Breitling. They don't look at it like jewelry. They look at it like equipment. Something earned, something meaningful, something that connects them to the aviators who came before. And every detail reinforces that identity. The intense legibility of the dial, created so pilots can read it even in turbulence. The oversized bezel, made for gloved hands. The chronograph layout, built for timing maneuvers. Even the cases, chunky, rugged, unflinching, look like they were pulled straight out of an aircraft panel. Then there's the emergency model, a watch equipped with an actual distress beacon, capable of rescuing people in real-world missions. Who else dares to put a rescue transmitter inside a luxury timepiece? Breitling did, because their mindset is simple. If it doesn't serve aviators, it doesn't deserve the Breitling name. But here's the deeper truth. Pilots love Breitling not just because the watches work, but because the brand understands them. Breitling designs for people who make split-second decisions, people who live in 3 dimensions, people who push machines past limits, people who need reliability, not decoration. The brand honors aviation culture, not by nostalgia, but by engineering. And that's why aviators treat Breitling like a badge, not an accessory. When you wear a Breitling, you don't just wear a watch. You wear a legacy of cockpit innovation, a history of flight, a symbol of bravery, exploration, precision. It whispers something that only pilots truly understand. You belong to the sky. Look at the Navitimer's slide rule spinning under the light. Look at the Chronomat's rider tabs gripping like jet handles. Look at the Avenger, pure military DNA forged into steel. Every model isn't just a design choice. It's a purpose, a mission, a tool for the committed. Breitling watches don't sit quietly. They command attention while still keeping their soul on the runway. Even non-pilots feel the energy. The moment you strap on a Breitling, it doesn't feel like a fashion accessory. It feels like a machine, a companion, a reminder that precision matters. Because that's the heart of why aviators love Breitling. It aligns with the way pilots think. Disciplined, calculated, fearless. You don't buy a Breitling because you want to look like a pilot. You buy one because deep down you respect the mindset of one. Focused, prepared, high performance, always ready. And that's why Breitling has earned a place not just in aviation history, but on the wrists of those who understand the value of reliability and the thrill of the skies. So when you see someone wearing a Breitling, remember, they're not just wearing a luxury watch, they're wearing a piece of aviation heritage, a story in steel, a symbol of human ambition. And that's why aviators love Breitling, because the sky isn't a destination, it's a standard.